Well, Simo, just to start, obviously hugely disappointing result today. What are your thoughts on that one?
Nothing good come out of today. No, disappointing in every facet from the start to the finish. So, and the Hawks were really good. Transition better than us, cleaner, beaten in the midfield. Couldn't get it out of our back half, and we couldn't convert the other end. So, everything that we tried didn't work. The things we've been chasing from the start of the year, the little things, we're not there. And until we get consistent at those things, we're going to struggle. So, we're disappointed. I think on paper the team looked pretty good. But, we got taught a lesson in work rate today.
Was it purely mindset and hunger?
You hate to use the word hunger. But I think we just got outworked, So, every area of the ground was poor. So, and the attitude, sometimes you can point your finger at that, but I think we just got outplayed.
The clearance numbers in particular, I think it was 38-19, 14-4 centre clearances. Why do you think that was such a...
It's dominant, the scramble. So the perhaps not the flush clearance, but the second and third phase around a centre bounce, which we worked really hard on, and we've had some pretty good weeks through there. We couldn't maintain it. And I think if you're minus 12 at clearances, when you think about how long it takes to get it back in your half, if you're starting with back half transition, that's not where we're at the moment. We're trying to play the game in the front half, and we want to do that through the contest and clearances. So the opposite to what we're trying to do happened today, which you could definitely say we're pretty inconsistent. I think last week we had a good swing. For 3 quarters against North, we were poor, but the last quarter we got going. So there's been periods throughout this year where we've been really good in that area. Maybe not for 4 quarters, but we'll take away a half or a quarter or 3 quarters. It was none today. So bitterly disappointed. Understand though there's a lot to get out of this year, and how we review and reflect will be pragmatic. But when do we get on with the next game? And we've got Melbourne next week is the next piece as well.
How do you handle the immediate post-match, Adam, when it is?
Yeah, it's a good question. We'll let the players talk amongst their line coaches, and got them to reflect a little bit. So we meet tomorrow. We'll go through the normal process. We won't, treat it like a catastrophe, but we've got to dig a bit deeper about the attitude and the mindset of the players as much as what we're trying to chase as well.
Was there anything Hawthorn did that caught you by surprise?
Not really. No. Look, they've been in great form. So the last 7 weeks, they're probably top 2. And what they're really good at is what they did today. So good around the contest and clearance, good in the spread and transition, and good at putting pressure on. So the old adage, don't get beaten by what you know. It's, we got beaten in a lot of areas we knew they would.
Did you see it coming at all this week?
Not really. No. I don't think we're shell-shocked. I think we've been around a while now, and we sort of know that there's going to be good weeks and bad weeks. But to be that poor was disappointing. Outside of Yowie, there's really no reason why we can't perform better than that.
You've got a reasonably healthy list at the moment. I think you had 16 playing in the waffle today as well.
Yep.
Is that now where you turn to make statements at selection table?
That's a good question. Yeah, we'll look at the waffle. The boys are okay today. I don't think we won, but some younger players. Yeah, we haven't been shy to play some of the younger players. So we'll look at that, but it won't be a knee-jerk reaction. We'll look at some of these guys are coming back from injury. We might have lost a couple today too, so we'll look at that in due course. But we need to reflect in the next 24 hours.
I know you only had 33 inside 50s, but you didn't take a mark inside 50 until the last quarter, and you had the 3 pillars down there. It worked okay last week.
Yeah.
Didn't just work this week?
No, well, it's what comes first. We had 33 inside 50, so how do you take your marks? I thought they defended us really well in the first quarter and a half. So you just need supply. We need 56 inside 50s like last week, then you can judge the forward line. So, what did they get, 60? Yeah. I think at half-time it was 13 marks inside 50 to none. So there's a bit of system there, absolutely. So we need to work on that. But a lot of it's supply.
Ankle injury, have you heard?
I haven't heard. No, had a hands full after that. So, He's got an ankle, so I'm assuming he'll miss a few weeks at a minimum.
McGovern with the thumb late, was it?
Yeah, he's tough, isn't he? Like, he's one guy who, gives his whole. So he had it strapped up. He didn't come back on though, so I don't know how that's going to go.
What did you make of McGovern and Barras today? They were just stellar with those interceptions.
Well, you just feel for them a bit, don't you? That they had to deal with so much supply. Early on I thought we sort of panicked a little bit with the ball with our intercepts, and then once that settled, those two were, they've saved us a lot of scores against. But we just can't rely on those two players as much as we love them. We'd like the full team to put in an even effort.
Sam was here before. He said that he felt his side was tough today. Do you feel like you guys just weren't as tough?
Yeah, absolutely. Just look at the numbers. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I think we're owning this game. There's no excuses outside of Elliott. We're beaten in every area, and the first part we need to work on is what we've been trying to work on since pre-season is around the contest. So, and that's clearances as well as general play. And we got beaten heavily in both.
With Waterman today, what was the issue there?
I think he got a cut on the back of his knee.
Okay.
So, he missed a chunk of the game as well. So I don't know how he got it. But he came back on.
Yeah, and you touched on Gov earlier. Is he in that next week as well?
I don't know. I hope not. We need him, but yeah, he's pretty brave what he did, and he's an equal leading goal kicker today as well. So he's an important player for us from his leadership point of view, but he's also he's a very, very good player as well. So he's probably an All-Australian for him, to be honest, for what he's got to deal with sometimes.
Liam Ryan, you kind of need him in two spots. You need him forward to provide that spark, but you also need him in the middle of the day. Where do you think he is best suited for?
I think he's a forward. He's an All-Australian forward. But we tried to get a bit of speed last week through the midfield, and we thought with Tim and Harley coming back in, they've got power and speed, both those players. We started with Liam in there, and he probably got a little bit lost as the game went, but I don't think the issue is Liam. Yeah, it's the collective is responsibility on that. But yeah, there's going to be, you can point the finger at a lot of players today. I'd rather you just point it as a collective, and it starts with me and finishes with the players. All right, thank you.